Oops. And okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. So I have flyers here. Do you have one already? About our upcoming events, just so that you're aware. So for today, we're going to talk, just sort of give an overview about APHA, what it is, why you should go, that sort of thing. So APHA, the American Public Health Association, this is their website, apha.org. They're the premier public health association in the United States, and they also have members internationally. And they have a conference every year, and this year the conference takes place October 31st through November 4th in Chicago. And if you go to the APHA website, and then you can find information about the conference with the dates, the cost, that sort of thing. So the cost for the conference is going to vary. The student membership price is going to be the most affordable, so you definitely want to become a member of APHA. And the student membership rate is $75, and you get the journal, what is it, the American Journal of Public Health, which we have free copies of in our office. But you also get a discount. If you opt to get the journal online, then you get a $20 discount, so it's only $55. Did you know that?
Oh, I was just wondering, that's why I get it online.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you become a student member and you register before September 17th, then the price is $265 for the conference. So keep that in mind for budgeting purposes as you're thinking about the cost for the membership and for the conference registration. Other things you're going to have to think about that you'll need to pay for are lodging, which we're going to talk a little bit more about today. Transportation is taken care of through the College of Public Health. And then obviously your food and anything, souvenirs, whatever you want to do when you're in Chicago. So we'll talk about some of those logistics later. But I want Katie to talk about, Katie went to APHA last year, and what's your title?
I'm technically the campus liaison through the APHA Student Assembly
Yeah.
at the University of Kentucky.
So if you'll talk about your experience from last year.
Okay, last year the conference was in New Orleans. So we drove down there in a UK van, a group of students, the SBHA officers, and then there were 5 first years that went. It was a long drive, it was 12 hours, which the drive should be about half that this year. But we got there, the opening ceremony is usually a very big speaker. Last year it was the Surgeon General, and then they also had an author speak. It was a fantastic speaker. Both of them are fantastic speakers. And then throughout the conference, they have seminars that are usually maybe around a half an hour where someone's presenting on research or a program that they're implementing, something along those lines, so you can see what's happening in public health around the United States. And as Brandy said, there's also some international work being done, and there's international members of the association. So you go there, you will see the seminar, and then they also have a 15-minute discussion and question period afterwards, so you can see feedback on everything, you can see what other people are thinking about the work that's being done. In addition to that, they have roundtables where there's smaller discussions going on. There's APHA communities that you can get involved in, so I'm in the maternal and child health community, and then the community health programming communities, so you can get involved in their individual events. They have like little club meetings. The Student Assembly also has the same type of thing going on. They have their own conference that's the day before the full conference begins. And then they also have little group meetings throughout the week. In addition to all of that,
These are all of the communities.
yeah, so those are the sections. I think there's various types of EPI, or you can be an overall EPI. There's policy groups, statistics, international things related to medicine. I think I saw chiropractic, all kinds of different stuff that you can get involved in. I don't know, I think there's one group that's specific to cancer, but I think that's separate from the sections. So in addition to all of those seminars that are going on, there's also a large expo, and Brandy and Scott and maybe some other people are going to be,
Dr. Alexander
will
will
be
be
kind of manning the booth that we have there, as well as the SBHA officers will be going in and out of the booth. But there's booths from schools, there's booths from community organizations. There'll probably be more from Chicago than anywhere else since it's in Chicago this year. But also like bigger national organizations, so you can get information on a ton of places to work. They have a career mart that's right there in the expo, and then they also have poster sessions that rotate, I think every half an hour. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
It's like every half
60
hour
minutes,
or 60 minutes, something like that. So there's just poster after poster presentation going on in the expo too.
And I would know with the schools that will be there, that's a good time to talk to them if you're interested in like a master's or a doctoral program, that you could talk to them and they could talk to you about the programs that they offer, how to apply, that sort of thing.
There's also some health professional schools that are there too. So if you want to go on to med school or PT school, chiropractic school, maybe, since there's a chiropractor section, there's a lot of opportunity to look for continuing education. Let me see. So I feel like the true benefit for students is to see really the wide array of things going on in public health from all of the seminars, and then also just all of the opportunities to network. So as a student, even as just a first year, or even I've talked to a couple bachelor students about it, like you go there and it's very, very welcoming. So when you go to all these seminars, you can walk right up to the person that's presenting afterwards. That's actually how I made some connections to get my practicum, which was through the Maternal and Child Health Bureau of HRSA. So there's a lot of opportunity to meet all kinds of people. So don't think of it, I feel like last year there was a lot about the careers, which as first years you don't think that you're not looking for a career yet. But there's a lot of opportunity for first year to start making connections and to really see what's going on out there, so you can kind of hone in on what your interest is in public health and where you might want to look for a career or your practicum in the future. For second years, I think the real benefit is the networking opportunities to get you a job in the future. So most cases, some of the job fairs that I've been to here for public health, people are saying you should be applying in like January or February. So this sets you up to meet somebody, stay in contact with them for a couple months, and then potentially be able to apply for a position with them come January or February when you're starting to apply for jobs. So there's a lot of opportunities for your future.
And I would just add that on September 23rd, we're going to have a networking program specifically for APHA, and hear from some students like Charlene, who apparently is this rock star networker. That's what everyone keeps saying. To talk about what they did last year, their sort of helpful hints. You'll also hear from Scott McIntosh, who's our career services coordinator. He's going to talk about networking and how to prepare and everything that you need to look for things like practicums, jobs, internships, that sort of thing. Anything else?
I feel like that's a good overview of.
And I pulled up on their website here information about the Career Mart. And they have places where you can upload your resume before the conference, sign up to meet with certain of some of the folks that are there, or it looks like they have a professional career coach that you can meet with. So there's lots of options.
Yeah, last year they had somebody that went over resumes. You could schedule a session and they would look over your resume and kind of give you advice on how to make it better.
And we also have that with Scott McIntosh. He'd be happy to do that.
They also, having membership to APHA opens up a lot of career boards on their website. So when you are job searching in the future, just having that $55 membership opens up a lot of job postings.
So any questions about why you should go to APHA?
I'm still kind of confused about a lot of things. Like, okay, could you talk a little bit more about the sections? Like, I'm going for the maternal and child health section. I mean, I'm gonna stay with Dr.
You're working with Dr.
Yeah.
Chestnut, yeah.
So, like,
So,
I really don't
Dr.
understand.
Chestnut is actually part of like a group within the maternal and child health section. So I'm part of that section too, and I get all kinds of emails from them. They have, like, they'll have a breakfast that you can sign up for where you meet with all of the other people. But they'll also have certain seminars that are specific to topics within maternal and child health. I know Dr. Chestnut is part of like the teaching community within maternal and child health.
Okay.
Just because I'm working with her too, so she asked me to go to some of the same stuff that she asked you to go to.
Okay.
But they just have, they'll be posted, you'll be able to find them pretty easily. Seminars are actually already posted online. I don't know if it's everything that will be at the conference, but it's probably a pretty good list. This is the book that you get when you get there.
Okay.
But they have like an app, they have, like I said, they have everything online, they have some electronic stuff that's a little bit easier to use. But it really depends on the section how much they do separately. But they'll like have their own roundtable, then they'll also have like some of their business meetings where they plan out their budget for the year and that type of thing. So, you don't have to go to anything, you can still be a member of the section without going to any of their events.
I have belonged to sections in other organizations. I am a member of APHA, but I'm more involved in some other organizations. And so I'll get emails about, reviewing the people who submit a proposal, a presentation proposal for a conference, that they need people to review that stuff. So they'll contact people in the section. Or I'll get an email right before the conference that says, here are all of the presentations that we selected or that fall under our section, so that we can make sure to go to those, like Katie was saying. So they might tell you specific ones for maternal and child health that you could go to. Because this book can be sort of overwhelming, and so you can search by section, and there are certain presentations that are going to be organized by different sections. Like there's a couple on here that are organized by the Student Assembly, one's organized by Aging and Public Health, so they'll sort of point those out to you so that you can be sure to attend those sessions that are specific to the sections, if that makes sense.
Once you're registered and you sign up for the section, I guess, because it's just within your registration that you would sign up, you'll start getting those emails. And then they also, in addition to things affiliated like directly with the association, they'll start sending out like job openings. I've gotten through there, any type of news, big things that are happening within maternal and child health or whatever section you're in. So they also use it for things that are not necessarily directly affiliated with APHA, but related to the topic.
And I think it would make sense, like Katie said, you don't have to go to the meetings, like if there's a business meeting or a social event, but it would be helpful for networking. Because if you want to work in maternal and child health, or there was one for aging or epidemiology, then you can meet other people in that section, and you know that they have similar interests that you have, and so they might have jobs, they might have internships, you can make connections with those folks.
So did you pay for the meetings? I mean, how do you attend the meeting if you want to?
So the cost for the meeting is $265,
Okay.
and that's on their website as well.
There are very few group meetings that have additional costs.
Yes,
just show up to them.
once you pay for that, then a lot of these individual breakout sessions are gonna be free. The grand opening speaker is free. Like Katie said, there might be some that cost money, but they will tell you very clearly that it costs money.
And most of the ones that cost money are like, come have lunch with us or come have breakfast with
Yeah.
us. So you're paying for the food, you're not paying for the event as much.
So-
Most of those are gonna include a meal, kind of the trend that I've seen at least.
So now, you basically attending the section that you signed up for. I mean, it seems like you don't have any, nothing concerns you with other sections while you are at the conference.
That
For
there
example,
are
if-
seminars that are open, the majority of them are open to everybody. There are very few that will just be a specific section.
Here, I'll let you.
Most of them are very general, open to anyone to come to them.
Now this is sort of overwhelming because there's a lot of sessions that I'm trying to find. So, okay, so this is the schedule for Monday from 10:30 to 12.
Okay.
So these are all of the breakout sessions that are taking place during that time frame.
Okay, this time, oh, I see.
And you can go to any of the ones that you want to go to. So you can see here where it's organized by. And so a lot of these have some sort of tie-in into that particular section. So this is alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs. So you can see these are about cigarettes. You know, they all have to do with cigarettes.
Okay.
All of this session has to do with cigarettes. This one has to do with health education and health promotion for older adults. So the information is going to be specific health education and health promotion for older adults. And then there's quite a few you can see. So then you flip through and then you find the next time frame. So the next time frame, and there's quite a few, it's 12:30 to 1:30. And then you have all of these that you can go to that are 12:30 to 1:30. So it's basically like going to class,
So,
essentially.
yeah, you can't really be in all the sections because they are almost taking place at the same time.
Yes, so you would
just choose
pick.
your interest and.
Yes, yep, it's just like registering for class, so you would see, because there's certain classes that meet at the same time. So you would have to look at and see which session interests you the most. And one of the easier ways to do that, because there are so many, is you could look like by section of interest. So you could go to some of the maternal and child health ones, but you don't have to, you could go to another one. Let's say, you're interested in maternal and child health, but let's say that you really want information about Alzheimer's disease, that you could go to that session. They're open to everybody.
Oh, probably here too.
Yeah. Now, this is last year.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they might have something like this again, you see?
Yes, when you check in, you'll get a book like this. Do they mail this ahead of time?
No.
Okay, but it is online.
Okay.
So, as Brandy was just saying, a lot of the individual sessions and seminars are going to overlap or be at exactly the same time. So I think that, is it the last one on here that will talk
Yes.
more about going through the schedule that they have online? We'll know when all the seminars are, and you can pick and choose, kind of create your own schedule. Last year, they actually had an app where you could go through and pick them, and it would automatically put them on your calendar, so you would know when one of those seminars of interest was gonna come up. You would get an alert on your phone.
And so here, you can search by, if you go to their website, and if you go, their online program is here. So I went to the event and meetings and clicked on annual meeting, and then schedule and program. And then online program is here. And it brings this up. So you can search by keyword. So if you wanted information specific to horses, let's say. You made me think of horses. Let's see if there's anything about horses. I have no idea. But there is! So I typed in horses and these were the ones that came up.
Wait, is that top one, jump, wait, is that jump?
It looks like it.
Yep. I remember doing
Dr. Menino.
Oh, isn't that a coincidence? The horse one is from the horse capital.
So you can search by keyword, or like we were talking about the different sections and the different groups. Here on the right side, you could find the maternal and child health. And these are all, this is everything having to do with the maternal and child health section, as well as the breakout sessions that they have.
So for you, this ATMCH, that's the Teachers of Maternal and Child Health, that's what Dr. Chestnut has been talking about. So, and those are labeled on here, the ones that are specific to that part of the maternal and child health section.
So they have their special interest groups, so veterinary, public health, Charlene might be interested in that. There's also specific caucuses that are gonna get a little bit more specific. So stuff about, family violence, LGBT. You said there was something about cancer. Is this the one you're talking about? So these are things having to do with cancer. So that makes it a little bit easier to navigate, and we'll talk about that more in that final session.
Okay.
Yeah, so for the final session, we'll get really specific about all of the details that you need to know, very specific information, more of this, more of sort of navigating the book and navigating the conference itself. So one thing that I wanted to talk about was more details for the conference, like transportation, housing, that sort of thing. So the college is providing at least one van. We will provide more if the interest, if we have enough interest to have 2 vans. And right now, one van is going to be leaving on Sunday morning, November 1st, and then coming back Wednesday, November 4th. And the Student Public Health Association is helping to coordinate that van. So they'll be leaving at, what did you determine, 5 in the morning?
Either 5 or 5:30.
5 or 5:30 on Sunday in the morning, and to get there in time for the opening session, the grand opening session, which starts at noon. And so it's free to ride in the van. It's a 12-passenger van. So, and like I said, if we fill that, then we can take an extra van that may or may not leave on Sunday. There was some talk about some people going sooner, and that's certainly an option we're gonna have to see based on interest. So you would ride in the van. It's a 6-hour drive. And then get to Chicago, and then you would be responsible for your own housing. However, SPHA said that they would help to coordinate roommates. Should I email Gabby?
Yes.
Do you know her email off the top of your head?
Is it 2 seconds?
So you can email Gabby Hodges, who is the secretary of SPHA, and she's gonna put a list of people who want roommates, so that you can share the cost of the hotel room.
Keep in mind, if you're riding in the van, usually, like last year, we split cost for snacks and that type of thing for on the way, but also, it's a 12-passenger van, so most of it is seats, so you have to limit what you're bringing.
Yes.
In the van, because there's 12 people potentially in there, that means that there's gotta be 12 bags that fit in
Yes.
the back.
So you don't need 14 pairs of shoes. I know it's Chicago.
Definitely pack to like reuse things,
Yes.
wear a skirt with a different top, that type
Yes.
of thing.
And the other thing that I should note is that the van, we're taking a UK van, and the gasoline is included with that. So you don't have to pay for gasoline, that's already included in the van. I know, isn't it cool?
But it's like far away from where it was. Let's see what happens. This is weird.
So we're writing Gabby's email on the board. So if you are interested in going,
That was really bad.
then you should, maybe I don't know. You just gotta be, yeah.
I'm really bad at this, maybe you should do this.
I've never used this before. Okay, let's find it out, let's figure it out. Oh, wow, okay, hold on, we're gonna look at
Let me bring up a Word document.
this. It's Gabrielle, right?
Yeah.
Dot?
Dot Hodges.
That works.
Yeah, for smart board.
Okay. So let her know, and she'll make a list of folks who want to share a hotel room. So, obviously the most economical would be to have 4 people to a hotel room. If you're not a fan of that, then you could do fewer people. APHA does have a hotel block. Can I, will this go away, I guess? Yes. So they have a block or they have hotel rooms available, but you don't have to use the APHA housing. So if you go to their website, if you scroll down here for housing map and hotel rates, so the conference is down here, but you can see there's only one hotel that's down here, and that hotel is full. So the other hotels are these up here, and you can see the hotels aligned with the number. Now, they do have at these APHA hotels, they will have a shuttle bus that will constantly cycle through the hotel, or the hotels to bring you back to the convention center and take you back home at the end and all of that stuff. If you stay at a non-APHA hotel, that's fine. You can just walk to one of these hotels and catch the shuttle. The hotel is fine with that, APHA is fine with that. You will probably find a cheaper hotel somewhere else, but if you want to stay at one of these hotels, you certainly can. So you can see they're gonna be several blocks away. These are the museums here, if you're familiar with Chicago, and Navy Pier is up here to give you a better idea. This is the Chicago River, this is the Loop, Millennium Park.
Lake Michigan?
Lake Michigan. I feel like people can
So-
tell that the blue is the lake.
To give you an idea of, so the conference is in less than 2 months. There, for the Sunday through Wednesday that the officers are planning on going, there are only 3 hotels that are not fully booked through the APHA blocks, and they're all about $230 a night.
Do you know which one's this?
It is the Hyatt number 6, which is up here. The Hilton, which is number 5 right here. And then the Sheraton, which is number 10, all the way up here.
Oh, wow. How did that happen?
I think it's because she's touching the screen too.
Oh, okay, let's try it again. This is super fun. Now it's just not even working.
Let's screw it up.
Okay.
And I don't know if you said this earlier or not, but I will reiterate it to the people watching at home. If you want to ride with us on October 1st, November 1st.
November 1st.
Let us know by October 1st.
Oh, yes, thank you,
That
yes.
is the deadline. October 1st at, just October 1st.
By the end of the day, how about that?
Email gabriella.hodges@uky.edu to let us know if you want to ride the van. And please have some kind of proof that you're going, such as your registration or something like that.
Yeah, so the deadline to commit to the van is October 1st. Now, you certainly can drive yourself to Chicago. You don't have to ride with us. That's totally fine. If you have friends that want to go early or go, at a different time. If you know people in Chicago that you want to stay with, you can certainly do that. Chicago public transportation is amazing. So you could even stay, outside of the city. If you wanted to stay, further north and take the train in or something, you could do that. You don't have to stay in a hotel in this area. It's right on the Loop, so the Loop is a pretty main hub. The L train is their big train system in Chicago, and I think most of the trains come through the Loop. So if you stay even somewhere else in Chicago and just get on the L, you should be able to make it over here.
To add to what Charlene just said, we had 3 different hotels last year that people were staying in, and there's not a problem with the van dropping you off wherever. Like, we can definitely coordinate that if there's multiple hotel stops that need to be made.
Well, I don't know if you guys are going to be driving the van there every day.
Well, I can at least drop people off in the first
To-
part.
yeah.
Oh, on the first day,
there
yes.
to
Oh,
pick
yes,
people
yes,
up
I'm
to
sorry.
leave.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, yes, yes.
Because otherwise we're just taking them off the shuttle cars.
Right.
Yes, yeah, because I don't know what the parking situation is here, but I think it's also really expensive. So yes, that's fine, yeah, so if you're staying in a different hotel, they will drop you off.
And driving yourself there will probably be a lot pricier, because you don't have to pay for gas in the van. You do have to pay for parking, but then you're splitting it between a much larger group of people.
Yes,
So if you drive yourself and you don't have anyone with you, you could be paying like $50 a day at your hotel for parking.
I'd say at least, yeah.
Yeah, it's usually 40 to 50 at a minimum, especially in this area of the city. It's probably more.
Yeah,
I heard rumors that there's a train from Cincinnati to Chicago.
a train. Oh, there is the Megabus and there is Greyhound that goes from Lexington to Chicago. But I don't know how much that is. Or you could ride a train. Or you could take a horse. Or yeah, fly. I'm thinking of alternatives. You could walk.
Start now.
Is there anything else that Oh, and the other thing that I just wanted to mention is, the conference does take place over Election Day. So if you want to vote, then you might do an absentee ballot. So consider that. That's what I'm doing. And then we will have, so we'll have our booth, and we'll talk about that, I think, a little bit more on the final session, because we'll know exactly where our booth is. But it's a place for students to hang out. We're gonna have couches and stuff, and so if in between sessions you wanna come there, you can. We, on Monday night, and we're still working out the details, we're gonna have a reception for the college and for alums. And that'll be really fun. The place looks really, really nice. So, yeah. We'll have more information as it gets closer.
That was really fun last year.
Yeah. And then the college normally coordinates like dinners, and I know the students did that last year. They had different dinners together.
I wanna go to the museum.
And also, yeah, you can go to the museum. And you don't have to go to the conference the whole time. If you wanna take a day or take an afternoon and go to the museum, the Field Museum, the Shed Aquarium, and the planetarium are right there.
There's also Millennium Park is where the Bean is, the Art Institute's up here, and then
Navy Pier.
most people know Navy Pier. You can go on the Ferris wheel.
And then there's other stuff to do in Chicago. You could do one of those double-decker bus tours.
Is that the Ferris wheel from Divergent?
Yes. It is.
Cool.
Yeah, that was the big one. Oh, that's funny. That means, so I never thought about that. So that must mean that, yeah, because what building do they zip line off of? Isn't it the Sears Tower?
I don't know, probably.
I think it is.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, now I want to read Divergent again. Okay, any questions? And don't forget about our upcoming sessions to help get you prepared. And this will be posted on our website. We're going to be creating a YouTube page for the college, so this will be online, so you can share it with friends.
Okay, then what time does the conference start every day? And what time does it close? Like, is there like?
I think it said that the sessions they run like 8:30 to 4 every day.
And you don't have to attend all sessions?
You can do whatever you want, yeah, you just go to a session here, go take a lunch,
There's
go to a bunch in
actually
a row.
for example, Dr. Crosby went to New Orleans last year, but he's gone so many times that he went solely for networking purposes, and he just like met people for lunch and for dinner, and he did not go to the conference at all.
Yeah.
But he's kind of a veteran and has,
Yeah.
he
I
saw more
wouldn't-
value in just going
yeah.
there to see the people, and
And
so
if
he
you-
didn't even go to the conference
If you
at
go
all.
want to do the entire expo, it'll take a long time. Like there's so many booths, so many people, and if you like talk to people for an extended period of time and do your networking and stuff, it can take a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really want to be selective. Talk to
Right.
the people that you know are going to be
And you
associated
should,
with something you're interested in.
and you should be able to find a list of the people who are participating in the expo online. So then that way you might even plan ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is, but I'm sure it's on their website. And then you can plan ahead and there will be so there's a virtual expo, there'll be maps and things online, so you can plan out exactly where the booths are, and maybe make a game plan of attending, like going to these couple of rows one day and spending an hour or two, so that you don't have to be like, you have to talk to everyone. And I would definitely recommend going to some of the sessions, because that's what you pay for. You know, networking obviously is very important, so maybe split your time between networking and the sessions.
The sessions are really cool, actually, and it's usually a smaller group of people, so even as a student, you can participate in the discussion pretty easily. I also wanted to mention really quickly that through those sections, they'll send out emails for abstracts and to review abstracts, and those are both open to students as well. So like you could present a poster at APHA at some point, or all you have to do is send in an abstract for something.
Yeah, and that's,
So we've had students like Carrie Holzinger, one of the
Yes.
PhD students, presented a poster last year. And Dr. Vanderpool had a session last year, she had like a 15-minute presentation. Do you know, is anyone?
so what I normally do is, a couple of weeks before the conference, send an email out to all the faculty and ask them if they're presenting, and then we compile a one-sheet handout, and we'll have that at our booth, and we'll give that to people to say, these are all from the University of Kentucky.
So how many people do you have in a session? Like the session you attended, how many?
It really depends on the session and how many people are interested. I was in some that had as few as like 10 people last year.
Okay.
They usually have chairs for I think 30 to 40 in the rooms, and I was in some rooms where it was like standing room only. So it really depends on the topic and how many people are interested in going to that one.
Sunday, November 1st, the general session is from 12 to 2, and this is open to everyone. This is the only session taking place at this time, and so everyone is encouraged to go, and there'll be thousands of people in that session.
They have chairs for literally
Yeah.
thousands
Yeah.
of people. in
So
there.
it's a huge room. So-
Yeah.
So you can see, and then there is an annual meeting / new member orientation, so this might be helpful because they'll also give you some insider tips on how to navigate the conference and what to expect. And then the expo opens on Sunday and there's poster sessions, but it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on Sunday. So Monday, November 2nd is where it's really gonna start. And you can see here that the scientific sessions are from 8:30 to 4. And then on Tuesday, the scientific sessions are 8:30 to 6. So it's gonna sort of vary each day.
So, and you'll see after 6 every night, there's either business meetings or social hours. Those are gonna be your things that are affiliated with a specific group. So
And our
the maternal
social,
child health
in
section
colleges.
might have a social.
yeah,
That's when ours is planned. Ours is not at the conference site. But most alumni, at least, would meet
Yeah.
off-site somewhere.
yeah.
But the evenings are reserved for that type of thing.
And then the conference ends at, the closing session is 2:30 to 4 on Wednesday. How late are you guys gonna stay? Are you gonna stay to the very end?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, okay. But there are scientific sessions on that last day.
So when someone goes to the conference, do you consider yourself a member? Like looking at membership? So do you have to really?
You don't have to be a member, and we actually put the non-member price up there. So it's $395 for a non-member student to go. But to buy the membership and pay the student registration price, it's only $320. So you can save $75 by becoming a member. But you have to do it separate from the registration.
So if you go to their website, up here is become a member, and they have information on the student membership. And you can just do it right online.
It also talks about like, you get discounts for Hertz, and there's other stuff.
So that
You get a
means-
free Washington Post subscription, that type of thing.
Wait, what?
So as a non-member, a student pays $395. Is that?
Yes,
So that means if you want to become a member, you pay less. And then
Yes.
you get.
yes. So you save money if you become a member.
Yeah, there's an advantage to becoming a member before you register.
And it does help to be a member, you'll get other benefits, like we were saying, like Katie said, you'll get emails about job postings, you get the journal, the American Journal of Public Health, like the ones we have in our office. You'll get other emails and discounts and things like that, so it is beneficial to be a member.
And you can't be a member of a section if you are not a member of the whole association. So those MCH emails that we were talking about, you won't get those unless you're actually a member of APHA.
So how do you become a member of a section? Like,
It's right built into the membership registration. So
Yeah.
when you go to become a member, it'll ask you what sections you want to be a part of. And
okay.
it'll bring up that whole list, and you can choose 2.
Okay.
And then I think you can put like one of the forums or some of the other stuff in there, but it's only 2 sections.
So that's another question I wanted to ask, because what if I'm not really super interested in maternal and child health and I still love
You can
to-
change them at any time.
Okay.
And like Brandy said, you can go through that search anyway, so if you don't wanna be in the maternal and child health section, but since you're working with Dr. Chestnut, she's asked you to go to a few things, you can go through that search of the program to find the maternal and child health events without being on that email list.
Okay.
And you can change the sections at any time. So you can go in and update your membership and switch it.
Yeah, we're about done. Thanks. Thanks for coming. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that's fine so far.
Okay.